There we go.
The mayor or any member of the city council has no right under the laws that govern the city of Vallejo to negotiate with employees. And when they do that, I repeat, they are in violation of the city charter, which is a misdemeanor. And all they have to do is read the city charter. I believe that's on the last page.
Okay. And so what would you say are is the best course of action? What do you hope will take place on May 6th, when the council is supposed to come forward and reach a decision? What are your hopes for their process?
I'd like for the city council to listen to the city manager and the staff. There is no city councilman, including the mayor, who is qualified to run a city like the city manager and the city manager staff. It's just that simple, you know. And they were elected to abide by the charter of the city of Vallejo. And as long as if they don't know what the charter said, I advise them to read the charter. And if they don't understand it, I advise them to get somebody to explain it to them. As far as I'm concerned now, they're not abiding by the laws of the city of Vallejo, which is the city charter.
Do you think that it's a violation of the fiduciary relationship that the council members have to the citizens?
Well, it's more than a fiduciary relationship. It's a violation of the city charter. It's a violation of the rights of the citizens of Vallejo for city councilman and the mayor to negotiate with labor unions.
Right. Now, as far as the labor unions and the decision on May 6th, it seems to me that there are a few possibilities. One of which is to declare bankruptcy, and the other is to put a plan together that will carry us through till 2010 when the contracts expire. What are your thoughts about those two options?
I don't have enough information on them to actually comment, but I can never think about any option that's before the council unless it's an option for all of the people of the city of Vallejo, all of the taxpayers.
Okay.
You know, and anything that is going to be in and that's not going to keep that in mind, I am opposed to it. I am opposed 100% to the mayor and to any member of the council negotiating or trying to come up and say we have what's supposed to be here. The city manager is a very competent individual. That's an individual field, just like the law business. A lawyer, just because a guy's a lawyer doesn't mean that he knows anything about running city government, you know.
And what are your thoughts as to why the city manager has sort of been pushed away from doing his job? I mean, they seem to be preventing him from doing what he's supposed to do. What are your thoughts about the reasons, or do you have any?
Well, I'm not so sure that he is not doing what he's supposed to do.
Well.
But when the city manager brings a proposal before the city council, the city council then has the right, under the charter, to either agree with it or to oppose it.
Okay.
I think the city manager and the staff, from what I have followed, have been doing a very good job. You know, when I was down the other night, I think that they were talking about bankruptcy. It would have probably been better for us to go through bankruptcy at that time. I am not going to recommend to the city manager what he is supposed to do. As long as he does his job, then I'm satisfied. And I certainly think that, regardless of what anybody else thinks, I think that City Manager Tanner and his staff are doing an excellent job, but you have a city councilman up there that's not listening. Mrs. Council Lady Gomes and is her name Shavely, they are listening. But in a city like this, you just don't need people on the city council that's going to be in favor of a small number of citizens in opposition to the majority of the taxpayers.
Okay.
I don't care who it is.
So you think outside of Gomes and Shively that the remaining members on the council are maybe not acting on the wishes of the majority of the citizens?
As long as you are supporting one group and not supporting the citizens of Vallejo, then you are in violation of the charter. I mean, I don't have to believe that.
Right.
All you got to do is read the charter. It's right there. They're in violation of the law. I don't understand how people can believe that they're not in violation. If they know the charter, they're in violation of the law. One of the things that I think that would maybe help this council is for that some of the citizens ought to get the district attorney to look at it and see if they are in violation. A lot of people don't understand that. I've talked to a lot of people who confronted me about my appearance at the council, and after I explained to them that the ordinance was in violation of the city charter, the law, then they say, oh yeah, now I understand what you were talking about. But a lot of citizens don't understand the charter. The charter says that the city manager is the administrator, and the city council and the mayor people who make the policies. And the mayor has, for years when I was on the council, the mayor did not have a vote. The mayor was just a ceremonial position, you know. But giving the mayor a vote, I thought was worthwhile. But you got to have 4 members to pass anything. And it bothers me when members of the council will say that I am going to do everything I can to keep us from going through bankruptcy. To me, that's not working for the benefit of the city. If the staff says this is what we have to do, then I think the council is obligated as a good city councilman that's looking out for the interest of Vallejo as a whole to follow with the city manager.
And what role do you think the public safety unions have had in all this?
I have a lot of friends who are on policemen, a lot of friends who are firemen. All I want to do is to get the city council to listen to the city manager and his staff.
Okay.